Trevor Hykes here. Thank you for the opportunity for us to speak. We're going to be focusing on here Google Cloud for Healthcare. Next slide, please. So healthcare has been a top priority for Google for many years. We've made it part of our mission to work with organizations to expand access to quality care and improve health outcomes in communities around the world. And to that end, we've made investments to unlock the value of data to provide better insights, outcomes, access, and solutions to address the most pressing challenges in healthcare. The result has been, leading edge solutions such as Healthcare API and many industry firsts in machine learning and AI. Next screen, please. Alphabet has a significant focus in healthcare with 57 operating investments, not just companies. So Google Health, Verily, Ventures, etc., everything you can see here. Google Cloud is world-class in health innovation with unparalleled portfolio of assets spanning life sciences, health plans, and providers. And as an example, Google was the first partner in the NIH STRIDES partnership to advance biomedical research. We hold 6 patents compared to 6x patents compared to Amazon. We also provide a number of first-to-market healthcare specific tools and services, such as cloud healthcare APIs mentioned before and deep variant genome analysis. Next slide, please. Here you can see part of our initiatives with a lot of the partners that we have across the organizations during when we try to navigate through COVID-19. SADA is collaborating with HCA Healthcare and the nation's leading healthcare providers to build the National Response Portal running on Google Cloud and bring data together to combat the spread of COVID-19. Kaggle is the world's largest community of data scientists, and it's hosting multiple data science challenges focused on helping the medical community to better understand COVID-19, including a natural language processing challenge commissioned by the White House. And then Nest, we've partnered with Mount Sinai Health System, which had brought Google Next to use the latest in the video and audio technologies to monitor some of the most critically ill patients with COVID-19. Nurses on the front line are using more than 100 Nest cameras installed at hospitals across the system to closely monitor and communicate the patients. Was there a question? Okay, next slide, please. So healthcare specific security and compliance. We layer healthcare specific security and compliance solutions on top of Google Cloud's best-in-class security infrastructure. And Google Cloud always treats all of the data as protected information, and our products are HIPAA enabled at no extra cost. Even further, healthcare focused technologies differentiation. We build healthcare specific products and solutions designed to help solve your unique industry challenges. We learn from our deep relationships with most innovative healthcare organizations to create products and solutions that speak healthcare data formats, promote data interoperability, and also have healthcare security and compliance built in. We embed our advanced artificial intelligence and machine learning capabilities to help you gain insights from clinical data, accelerate research, and provide seamless patient and customer experience. And then we support you with your large cross-functional team of healthcare experts, including largest healthcare engineering team of any cloud provider. We also have teams that are committed to working to advance the field of technology in healthcare, resulting in over 100 health and bioscience research publications. And as far as the best of Alphabet and healthcare relationships, we work closely with Alphabet companies such as Google Health and Verily to bring you innovative solutions using Google Search, AI, and research capabilities. In addition, we offer a large set of healthcare focused ISVs and SI partnerships that provide you with complete healthcare solutions. Healthcare solutions that are continuous on the patient care with telehealth, virtual care, patient app management, visualization of healthcare services, remote work, frontline caregiver devices, healthcare analytics and insights, and even further than that, digital health platforms, analytics and AI for life sciences. All this is going to be covered a little bit further in the presentation here, but just to touch on a little bit of the genomic data processing and analytics and also the Terra biomedical research platforms that we offer to our customers. Next slide, please. Importantly enough, with all this, compliance certifications. How can Google Cloud help organizations with their security? Well, in four main topics: ownership, control, protection, and compliance. First, in ownership, Google Cloud is explicit in its commitment to customers. You own your data, and we will never use it for any purpose other than what's necessary to fulfill your contractual legal obligations. We provide protection from threats through a secure foundation, core infrastructure that is designed, built, and operated with security in mind. Third, we provide customers with constantly expanding array of controls that they can use to help policy, regulatory, and business objectives. And lastly, we work to complete our compliance responsibilities and provide capabilities to make compliance easier for customers. Next slide, please. We do our part to help you address security and compliance by offering security by design and secure by design infrastructure, built-in safeguards, comprehensive identity management, network security, and threat detection and response capabilities. Google Cloud and Cloud Healthcare API and workspaces all support HIPAA compliance and are in scope for Google Cloud's ISO 27001, ISO, and so on. That's all that's listed here. On top of that, Google's cloud infrastructure is the world's best, and we want to help you where you can. Next slide, and Gagan, take over, please. Thank you.
Thanks, Trevor. So just to set the context up until now, whatever Trevor had shared kind of builds or acts as the building blocks for customers to build strong and robust solutions on Google Cloud, keeping in mind the scale of our infrastructure and also the focus on security. Now, moving on and talking about some specific solutions for the healthcare industry. The way we kind of look at where the healthcare industry is today, we have kind of segmented our solutions in different aspects around it. The first one is around patient experience. We at Google Cloud try to create technology which can help ease patient navigation using AI and ML, and as well as use Google's consumer tools to increase patient satisfaction. A patient experience directly relates to how we can improve patient satisfaction. In terms of physician experience, we have tools which help increase the speed of data searches and queue relevant information for physicians. This in turn actually improves the quality of time a physician is spending with the patient and also improves the outcomes. In terms of leveraging data, at Google, everything is about AI and ML. So ML models to improve clinical and operational efficiency and provide actionable insights is also an important aspect of the way we look at solutions for healthcare industries. And obviously, building solutions which are ready for the future. Given what COVID has taught us today is that organizations around the world have to be ready for any pandemic or any natural calamity which may hit in the future. So the ability to create technology which can empower IT departments to release critical features at short span of time and still be able to meet the scale. Those are some of the differentiating factors and the foundational blocks of the solutions which we are building for the healthcare industry. Moving on to the next slide. In terms of how we want to improve the digital patient experience. Now, given that what COVID has taught us, one of the major challenges which healthcare organizations are experiencing today, especially the providers, is that how can they provide quality care with reducing the risk of spreading the virus, right? I mean, when COVID started, one of the major things was how can providers kind of adopt telehealth, how can virtual health be provided? So Google has solutions which allows providers to create solutions and which allow them to provide virtual healthcare, and we have customer references with Cambridge Health, which kind of conducted 1,000 Google Meet for telehealth sessions per day. There is the link in the deck, and I would highly encourage you all to go and read about that specific use case. The other challenge around delivering patient experiences where a patient is calling a provider and they have to wait for long times while responding to a phone call or responding to a query which they might have. This is where Google's virtual agent comes in. Virtual agent can actually augment nursing and call center agents to help with patient triage, scheduling, and coaching. In addition, healthcare-tuned digital language interpretation can help patients and also the providers to kind of meet the request of the patient in a quick and in a more seamless manner. And lastly, talking about how we are helping our providers with the digital healthcare platform, which actually helps you to take data from different sources take that data, combine that data through a digital data warehouse, and then use that data to kind of build insights from the information which it is receiving. Moving on to the next slide, talking about how we improve healthcare delivery. So the number one focus for us when we're talking about improving the healthcare delivery is around search. We have solutions which can enable physicians to spend more time on patient care by quickly displaying relevant data and help them create longitudinal healthcare records. With the help of longitudinal records, the idea is that the provider or the physician can look at the record of the patient and then provide the healthcare which is going to be more focused on that patient and help reduce the time required in order to get to that information. The second solution which we have in terms of healthcare delivery is around care team collaboration, which allows teams to stay connected, collaborate from anywhere in the world, and we obviously support virtual patient and provider consultation. Going back to the previous slide where I spoke about the specific customer reference which we have around that. The third aspect around improving healthcare delivery is how we can help secure access with solutions such as Beyond Corp. The idea being that we want to allow the clinicians to access application remotely without having to do VPN on any other technology which may add this operational overhead. And last but not the least is around de-identification. Given anything which involves PII and requirement around HIPAA, security is a big aspect for any healthcare provider. So the fact that we have services around where we can help you do your identification of your data such that the data can then pass through your various microservices or various APIs to do whatever processing it has to be done, that is a big advantage and big differentiator what we have on the platform for you guys. Moving on to the next slide. Today, I wanted to highlight some of the relationships which we have and some of the customer stories which we have around healthcare organizations around the United States. Organizations such as American Cancer Society, Mayo Clinic, McKesson, and many more are leveraging Google Cloud technologies in area like data interoperability, clinical and operational analytics, and caregiver experience to drive growth. These are some very complex topics and some very complex areas where we see Google being a clear differentiator, especially around topics such as data interoperability. Moving on to the next slide, talking about some of the partner and the ecosystem which we have. At Google, we understand that we can grow with our partners. So we have a very growing ecosystem of services and technology partners that has highly specialized skills and years of experience in the industry who are working with us to address challenges faced by healthcare organizations. And together with our partners, we can help you tackle your toughest challenges. I know we had only 20 minutes today and I'm like 2 minutes away from that mark. At this point, I just wanted to open it up for any question and answers which the audience might have, and we'll be here to kind of respond to those questions.